Growing up, I always had troubles with religion. Religion told me stories about how the world worked in the Bible. I was always busy creating my own worlds, my own stories. So, one of the very first things that I did for religion as fiction is cutting up a Bible and changing the story. I found all the references to God and to Jesus, and I crossed them out in black marker. Symbols have always been a big part in understanding the world, understanding the stories we were told, understanding ourselves. So I started exploring symbols, and I started recreating them. I have always had a fascination for the arcane. The places where the arcane crosses into religion are the ones where I find my field of interest. I dove into mythology. I started digging in religion. I found the symbols that were important to me, and I recreated them. I used lino and ink as my medium. I wrote stories, like the ones in the Bible, but these stories were mine, written from my perspective. Stories about birth and death, about life, about tragedy. Stories about the all-seeing eyes, about the harvest, about sacrifice, about love. When making the symbols with my hands wasn't good enough anymore, I started portraying them in photography. I used the female body as medium for the holy woman. That's how I started recreating biblical images, symbolism, and holy statues, made with real women portrayed as goddesses. For the creation of these images, I use Photoshop, because Photoshop allows you to create entire worlds. Anything you can imagine, you can make with Photoshop. Photoshop is a very useful tool when you try to mimic the divine. Because goddesses and gods aren't supposed to have imperfections. They can easily be removed and bent in order to create a new reality from the one that you captured. Not long after I started making my own images of goddesses, I started making props for my goddesses. I found inspiration in the Great Arcana, in tarot readings, I created images, portraying them, portraying the goddesses, portraying women, and finally portraying myself. When it comes to religion as fiction, religion and fiction, I will never be done with it. It is a story that will continue writing itself for the rest of my life.